Well, hello, everybody. This is Dr. Derek Bear, and I want to welcome you to another Marketing Insights here, where we are sharing ways in which private practice healthcare professionals can grow and scale their practice. Today, I'm going to present to you 11 ways to market your practice on a shoestring budget. So let me start to share the screen here with you. So again, we are going to show you some ways in which you can get your practice out into the public eye, potentially landing some new prospects to patients for you. And we hope you enjoy what we have to share. So let's dig in here. So here's what we're going to cover: the importance of a strong social media presence, going live, sharing value, be engaged and active consistently, great relationships, creating a unique patient experience, build your word of mouth practice, pristine online presence, SEO everywhere, branding, and contact. And then finally, number 11 will be you can market your practice. My name is Dr. Derek Bear, and that's my wife, Terry Bear. I am a chiropractor. My wife is a physical therapist and athletic trainer. We had our own private practice up in northern Wisconsin, Integrity Sports Medicine, go Hodags. And we are here to help private practice healthcare professionals grow and scale their practice in any way we can help to do that, whether that's simplifying you getting a better presentation online, or if that is you doing lead generation to get more prospective patients in front of you. So going live like this is a great way in which you can do it. So let's jump into it here. Behind every successful practice is a good marketing strategy, but sometimes your budget is tight and you can't afford to spend the big bucks on advertising. That's okay. We're going to show you ways if you don't have that. But too small of a budget isn't a good enough reason to neglect the marketing. There are many ways in which you can keep marketing strong, even on a shoestring budget. So hopefully the 11 that we're going to show you are going to help with you. And there are 3 core elements to a strong, inexpensive marketing and modern strategy. Being a strong social media, having great relationships, and a pristine online presence. I'm going to kind of go into each of these. So if you can rock these 3 by centering your marketing efforts here, then the new patients and prospective patients will follow. So even without a big marketing budget, you'll be able to get in front of more people. So what do we mean by a strong social media presence? So what I mean by that is there's no way around it. Our modern world requires a strong social media presence, but many practices don't know where to begin with social media. Which platform is best for you? Not for me, but for you. In other words, you have to figure out which one is the best for you. What kind of content do you share, and how do you share it? So regardless of which platform you choose and how to build your social media presence, there are 3 solid action steps you should take to make the most out of your social media marketing. So first is go live, just like this. I use a software called StreamYard. It allows me to go live here on Facebook and on LinkedIn and on YouTube and on Facebook pages and other places if you want. But going live is a great way, especially if you want to go live on a weekly basis like I do. And then from a local perspective, you would want to put ad spend behind it to get your local viewers watching that. So if you can come up with 52 ideas, you have a year-long show that you're going to cover. If you're not sure what ideas you should use, simply ask your patients. They'll tell you. So all the big social media platforms today, like Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, and so on, they all have features to allow you to go live. And live videos are trending in 2022. So it's a great time for you to get yourself active doing the same thing. You can use a live stream to run Q&As for your followers, host someone for an interview, show a demo or of an offer of your service, share behind the scenes in your practice, or anything else that you can come up with. And it's also, if there are other providers in your community, as a chiropractor myself, if I didn't have a physical therapist, but I have a great relationship with a physical therapist in my community, they would be a great person to go live with and bouncing questions off on how do you handle this in your practice. That provider would ask you the question, how would you handle it, Derek? So that's a great way in which you could do it from a Q&A perspective. The point is to connect with people. Video content establishes trust in a brand. It builds the relationships, and really it builds a lot of intrigue as far as what else does this practice have to offer. So these are all valuable results that lead to better branding and more new patients in the practice. And live video amplifies these traits even further in a more intimate setting. Make a point to go live at least once a week to reap in those benefits. And like I always tell practitioners, consider a Wellness Wednesday show. Every single Wednesday at lunch, eat real quick, go live for 10 minutes. I promise you, in 52 weeks, your practice will be flooded with patients that you attract because it's the ones that you want in your practice because you're speaking to those people. So the next thing is about sharing value. Whatever platform you choose to stick with and whatever form of content you choose to share, there's one thing you should always do on social media practice, and that is share value. It's not only just yours that you want to share others in the community. So people like to follow thought leaders, experts, and professionals who teach them as well as help them to be better and grow. So for myself, I would want to teach practitioners how to be better at it. For you, would want to teach, if your niche was stay-at-home moms, you'd want to show stay-at-home moms how to do stretches in the morning or certain things to do. So consider how you can bring value to your audience with your content, how you can establish yourself as a thought leader or expert, or what content will allow you to be the go-to practice in your community. People will trust and buy from experts. So be on social media, not just to get others to buy from you, but to give openly to them as well. And this will help you in the long term with both new patients and your practice values. All right. Number 3 is be engaged and active consistently. So the truth is, one post once a month just isn't going to cut it. There's so many docs and practice owners that I reach out with, and I haven't seen a post for 3 months or a post since 2021. You can't do that. The solid strategy is for every social media platform to be consistent, no matter which one it is, whether it's image posting or video posting. So whether you're tweeting, TikToking, Instagramming, or others sharing, be consistent in what you do. And what does consistently look like? Just simply posting regular content. And again, the content itself isn't as much that matters. Of course, it must be valuable. It must be worthy of sharing, but it has to speak directly to them. But it has to be on a weekly basis. At least 3 times a week is what I would always suggest you to do. So whatever you're sharing, share it more often. The more active you are, the more often people see you. That builds rapport that you can build. And remember, your content does not have to be perfect to post regularly. Consistency also means actively and regularly engaging with other users on the platform. So just don't post and walk away. Social media platforms are looking to share the profiles of those that are actively engaging with individuals in your community. So you want to make sure you are doing that. This could be like commenting and sharing and saving or liking content from others on the platform. Staying consistent is one very simple but important way to build your followers and following on social media and increase your sales through the valuable, inexpensive form of marketing. All right, so we have great relationships is another way in which you can budget your practice on a shoestring budget. Practices thrive by building relationships. It's always been that way. So people want to know someone that they can trust, and are you a trustworthy provider for them? They want to have a reliable service that is worth their investment, which we all know what we do is better than our competitors in our community. You just have to make sure that your patients or prospective patients know that. So when you build the relationships and they come through for them, they will use the relationships to tell others about you. So that's the referral system. Now, here are 3 ways you can build great relationships and continue to market your practice on a shoestring budget. Create a unique patient experience. Now, everybody believes, or at least you should believe, that your practice is extremely unique in your community. But the way in which you can make sure is from start to finish, you want your patient experience to be an exceptional one. Look at your practice now. What is it really like when, follow a patient through the pipeline experience that someone would go through from learning about your practice to after they made a scheduled consult or a visit? So what is it like? We call that secret shopping. In other words, you want to call in on your staff and see how they take you through the process. Have a friend of yours come in, walk in, tell them that you have this condition, that, you have a son or a daughter that just hurt, their knee. Maybe it's a possible ACL tear. How would they go through in your practice? So you want to know from people that are experiencing it inside your practice. So do you collect their email and their mobile phone number? For sure, you must get mobile phones, because you should be sending text messages out to your patients, letting them know, hey, there's something new that's happening, or did you see our most recent newsletter that we released? Do you communicate in a friendly and personalized way? Do you continue the conversation after the patient books the appointment? So collect their contact information as soon as you can and communicate them personally through the entire process. And don't stop after they book the appointment. Repeat patients are extremely valuable in each and every practice. Continue that communication and build that relationship. Even after the service, you can tap into that lucrative referral practice. So it's something that you can use if you have some referral components in your community. Another point is you want to build your word of mouth within the practice. So word of mouth is often a large part of how practices make money. This method does rely on your patients to share your practice with others, but that doesn't mean you don't play a part. The better you treat that patient, the better service that your staff gives that patient when they come in, the more fun a patient has coming into your practice, the more share worthy it is, and the more potential for referrals that are out there. So build a recommendation or referral program. Make an offer for patients to refer other patients. This could be a small discount coupon or another referral form. If you're a chiropractor like myself and you have a massage therapist, if they refer somebody in your office, 10% off your next supplement purchase, $10 off your next massage. You're still going to make money off them, but you want them to be referring to you in your practice. Do everything you can to make a patient's experience so great that they can't help but talk about you in a positive way. So establish solid relationships with your patients and provide them with value as much as possible and make them excited to share your name. Openly ask for people to talk about you. So in your emails and social media, put the calls to action. In other words, share this with your friends. So if you're watching this live, or if you watch this on a replay, do me a favor. And if you know that there's a private practice healthcare professional out there that's looking for ways to market and grow and scale their practice, I'd love it if you'd share this for them. That's for me. For you as a provider, you get done showing something about ACL prevention, and you would simply say, if you know anybody, a parent or even an athlete, a coach, maybe an athletic trainer in your community that deals with athletes that have injuries potential, and you want to show them how they can avoid ACL tears or ACL injuries, I'd love it if you'd share this video with them. It's just that simple. You just have to ask. So another one here is it gets a little bit in the nitty gritty, and that's about a pristine online presence. What do we mean by that? Well, the truth is, simple and expensive way to market your practice today involves creating a pristine online presence. And where does your practice appear online? That's what we're worried about. In other words, here's a few online presences that every practice should have online. Of course, your practice website. Make sure your practice website is mobile optimized and make sure it has a chat widget on it. Make sure the phone number is automatically clickable on a mobile device that if they want to call, they can, instead of having to get off the screen, memorize the phone, and then click through. Your Google practice listing or your Google business profile. You want to make sure that you fill everything out on that profile as much as you can. Have a 5-star online reputation. Search your practice. Simply say, find a chiropractor near me as you're sitting in your reception area. Say, find a physical therapist near me if you're in that area. See what pops up. Do you have more reviews in your competition? Fantastic. Keep going. If you don't, start asking tomorrow. And then social media presence, as we talk about, make sure you're posting consistently. It's important that you do that. So having an online presence is great, but if your branding, your colors, your messaging, contact information, and so on are not consistent among these platforms, an online presence may actually work against you. So if they jump from TikTok and they jump over to YouTube and they jump over to Instagram, if they can't follow you and you don't look the same across all platforms, make sure you fix that. So here are 3 quick ways to make sure that you keep that presence working for you moving forward. Number 1 is SEO Everywhere. Nobody really likes to talk to search engine optimization because it's a struggle. It's something that you must start and consistently do. I always tell people it is a bell curve. It goes up and it goes down. Everybody sticks with it till you're listed on the top. And as soon as you're listed on the top, you stop paying for it. That's not what you want to do. You want to consistently pay for SEO. It can be a large marketing effort on which you can spend a lot of money. And there are a few simple ways in which you can streamline your SEO as much as possible on your own. So know the keywords for your practice and the keywords for your, and it should say competitors, sorry, instead of competitions, for your competitors. Insert the keywords into every blog, social media listing, or post, company profile, website copy. In other words, if you are a chiropractor, sports doc, if you're a physical therapist, you'd like to work with pelvic floor, make sure all of those keywords are everywhere in which you're sharing them. Branding and contact is another one we want to make sure that we focus on for you. So whether you're building any social media presence, website, or any other online activity, make sure that you're consistent across the board with your logos, your colors, your keywords, grammar and spelling, email, phone number, website. Make sure that website, again, is mobile optimized. Make sure your website has a link on it that's clickable for your phone number that they can call. And I always tell people you should truly have a chat widget on your site. If you want to see what that's like, go to growbubble.co. In other words, growbubble.co. You'll be able to see on the bottom right-hand corner what we call our video chat widget. It's something that everybody should have on their site. So don't have an old logo on your social media platform that's different from the logo on your website. If you changed niches recently, make sure their message is updated everywhere as well. You want someone to recognize you no matter where they find you online. So there's unity and clarity in who you are. And then finally, you can market your practice at any point in time, anywhere you want. In other words, don't give up on marketing just because you can't spend a lot of money on advertising at the moment. If you do these shoestring things, these 11 things that we talked about, you'll be able to get to the point that you can afford more of a marketing budget. Your practice can still strive even on inexpensive marketing efforts. Remember, most marketing strategies are built upon the same value of building relationships. So every one of these tips is about building relationships and making sure you are shining in your community in front of prospective patients. So on a budget, you can still build relationships on social media through live streams and consistent engagement. Live streams is critical. You can grow relationships with your patients through a unique patient experience and playing your part in word of mouth marketing as well, as we talked about. And then you can clean up your online presence so people can recognize and trust you wherever they see you on social media, Google, and your own website. You want to make sure, again, it's succinct in the same way. So I appreciate you hanging with me. This is a little bit longer one than I've done for a while, but it was, again, 11 points to help you market your practice on a shoestring budget. Again, my name is Dr. Derek Brain. You can contact me or email us at the team, or you can send a text or an email or go directly to my phone. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. We are here to help private practice healthcare professionals grow and scale their practice online. So if you are a private practice healthcare professional, and you should be if you're watching this, and you have any questions about how you can market yourself a little bit more easier and how you can do it on a shoestring budget, or if you're not sure how to go live stream and you would like to use a software like StreamYard, please feel free to reach out to me. Drop the word, let's say, marketing below in the comments section, and I'll connect with you. Until next week, when we talk, I think I'm just going to cover 4 tips next week, so it won't be as long. But if there's anything we can do to help you grow and scale your practice, let us know, because we want to make sure that you have success on so many levels across the board on your practice. Thanks for watching again. You take care. Have a great evening.